Hello students and welcome to today's session. Today we will be discussing about consumer behavior knowledge and where it could be applied in marketing sciences. So, let us go down to what we have in here. As you can see, we have I have sorted out these 5 topics here, which broadly covers all the marketing efforts that could be used when we have lots of knowledge about consumer behavior. To mention them, I have marketing management, I have non-profit and social media marketing, government decision makings, demarketing and consumer education. Now, it is important for all the marketing efforts to be channelized so that it could be focusing on all the dimensions of marketing, not only to just sell the product, but actually do all these things which are mentioned here, right. Let us discuss about them one by one. Let us discuss about what consumer behavior knowledge could do to marketing management. As you can see here, there are 3 distinct interrelated orientations which talks about consumer wants and needs, which talks about company objectives, which talk about integrated strategies. Now, if we talk about wants and needs, that is the first point where all the consumer have to be there when they wish to go to buy a particular product. If they do not have any wants and need, why would they search for a product and buy a particular product, fine. So, that we have already studied about in our previous session, that when there is want and need, we need to understand what is that want and what is that need, and the marketer will focus their efforts on that. Now, referring to company's objective, the company's objective in a layman's language, if I tell you, in some most commonest of the company objective should be to provide the products to the consumer which would satisfy their needs and wants. Fine, very fine. That is the objective of every particular company which is providing any kind of product or service, that their product and service is meant to provide the solution for the needs and wants which are actually being caused by a certain problem, and that is what the marketers is supposed to focus on. Yes, they need to put in integrated strategies. How? They will put in various kind of advertisements, they will put in various type of promotions, so that the customer knows that for their needs and wants there is a product and service available in the market, fine. The company is always focusing on this thing, that your needs are fulfilled, your wants are complete, and the product is in your hands with very limited amount of kind of problems that we have. This is also be known as the major activities can be undertaken by the organization that is market oriented. Now, market would provide you various options. Various options means there would be product which would be satisfying your need. Let us say you want to buy a perfume, simple perfume which would actually get rid of body odor. Now, you would push and it is going to relieve you from your body odor, fine. Now, you got perfumes, you got deodorants, you got rub-ons, fine. You got talcum powders, 4 distinct items, and then various categories of them, various fragrances, various formulas, various kind of packaging. Now, market oriented approach would say that what kind of a product is more in demand by the particular person, for him I will create a particular product and will make the particular product available in that particular area, so that he buys the product. Now, if you are aware, the simple fragrance would cost from 100 rupees to 10,000 rupees if you go into international market. Wonderful perfumes, even Tata Enterprises has got a new segment into which is known as Titan Skin, and that is a wonderful perfume. They have got French perfume companies to produce a product for Indian market, and beautiful fragrance they have. Definitely market is evolving, and yes, it is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to have a particular perfume with them, a particular deodorant with them, a particular talcum powder for them. They are catering to a specific person, and that specific person is a part of a specific dynamic groups, and that dynamic groups actually create the market for a particular product, fine. There are various strategies mentioned here, like market opportunity analysis, target market selection, marketing mix determination. These activities, they will actually help you in catering to that particular knowledge of consumer behavior and going further into capturing more market. You have one customer, try to find more, or just influence him to pursue the others to bring into the particular platform. Now, the second aspect of knowledge would be non-profit and social marketing. It is a little bit tricky here. I mentioned few causes here. If you can read, the crime prevention, charitable distribution, charity contribution, sorry, family planning and child education. Would you ever talk about these things in public? Very rare. Even we do not try to discuss this thing in our family gatherings when children are around. talk about family planning, child education. Okay, child education is fine, but not everyone wants to talk about child education right when the child is of, say, in nursery or first or second grade. Now he is still evolving. Child may now want to be a doctor, tomorrow he will want to be an engineer, the next day he wants to be a scientist, he is not sure. So let us not discuss this thing at this moment of time. Although it is not wise to do this, you should keep on discussing about the child, that what he wants to go, and keep the horizon open, fine. But in normal notion, do you think these simple terms, these are very simple to discuss, but the mindset is not there to discuss this particular thing. There are institutions, there are organizations which are putting efforts to make sure that such particular discussions do come forth, fine. Marketing is done for them also. There are lots of NGOs, there are lots of media houses who are putting lots of efforts, who are putting lots of resources together to organize a campaign. They are putting lots of resources to have concerts, they are putting lots of resources to gather a panel to whom the people would listen. Now again, what would CB has a role to play in this thing? It is only to have your behavior monitored, or to have your behavior catching the attention of our sponsorship. Not sponsorship, I would say, simply the way we are putting ourselves into the market, you should look into it. That is what the promoter says, fine. Now definitely the various social and non-profitable organizations are in view to offer that particular customer that, okay, if you want to talk about this thing, you are the victim of certain incident, or you wish to talk about because you have seen a problem in your neighborhood, okay, you can come to us and we will give you the platform to discuss, okay, this is good or this is not good, fine. So again, the knowledge of CB comes into play when we are talking about social marketing, or we are talking about non-profit marketing. Moving further, now we talk about government decisions. Yes, do not be amazed, government does get lots of effect from the consumer behavior. They do take surveys from the people, they do take inputs from the people about what should be done, what should not be done, whether the scheme should be applied or whether the scheme should be shut down. The current government we have has put up wonderful portals online on various social media platforms also, and has a separate website also, where you can actually be the participant of various surveys. Now surveys seeking what new government policies could be put up, or what new legislation could be put up, or is there anything that could be done to prevent consumer from being extorted. So I have put up two special mentions here, like first one is government policies. Now in view of the latest education policy which has been introduced by the government of India, I haven't had much time to go through it, but in the layman's language I would say it has drastic change visibility, but when you go to applicability, it is very fundamental. Being an educator, I can say, okay, those slabs of education is very good, fine. What happened? Immediately or suddenly the government came up and say we are changing the entire education system. No, it never happened suddenly. They have been talking to experts, they have been talking to parents, they have been talking to students, they have been talking to institutions, that is there a need of change? Is there a need that is making you to change? Because there have been numerous complaints by parents that my child is going to best school, still the education they provided is so backward that he is not getting the upliftment which we are expecting. So they came up with a policy, fine, which was not made today or yesterday, it was into making of huge long term discussions with so many people, and your behavior was counted into. Your behavior about what you expect, what you want, how you want it, fine. It was okay, you may not be involved there, but there was someone involved around you who was the part of this discussion, and definitely the society was there, fine. Second part here discussed is consumer protection. There may be a company which is producing certain products, fine. It's a one, let's say it's a top brass company, let's say it's an electronic company or say FMCG company, take any example, and they are producing a wonderful product, fine, no problem. They have a wonderful brand image into the customer's mind, fine. Customer goes and buys the product. By chance that particular product is faulty. Now here is a catch. Why is it faulty? Is it actually faulty, which has this is a manufacturing fault, or is there a problem by the user that he is not able to use the particular product, fine. It needs to be understood. There are situations where the product is wonderfully fine, this the consumer who is not able to use it according to the need which is to be addressed as a problem. In that case you cannot blame the company, fine. On the other way, sometimes company gives you faulty products, not aware that okay, there is a fault in the production line or there is a fault in the particular part. They give away, It happens, a normal process. They are big conglomerates, they have n number of things to seek to, so they may miss out some parts. Okay, there is a problem. Now, when the problem is addressed or problem has been pointed out by the consumer, company refuses to pay the reimbursement, saying that when you bought it, you should have checked it by yourself. There could be a point, right? Now, where the consumer go? He is been fooled, right? So, he will be going to the forum which is known as Consumer Protection Forum, which has been produced or developed by the government of India, or rather in almost every government around the world, so that the consumer can file their complaints and can get the nominal compensations or whatever could be the nominal output out of this particular conflict, right. So, moving further, I have CV and demarketing. Demarketing is a beautiful word, marketing with a D. The demarketing refers to putting marketing efforts in making sure that product is being demotivated. Consumers being asked to not use a product or reduce the use of particular product. Fine. Let us say liquor is not good for health, but still it's available in the market. So, let us the government of India wants to say okay, we do not want you to consume liquor. They can't say, they are selling it. Fine. There is tobacco, there is cigarettes. Fine, it is available in the market, it is selling. They can't stop it because they have given the permission to produce this. So, what can they do? They can raise the price. When they raise the price, ultimately there will be a burden on the consumer to buy the particular product. So, in this way they can actually ask the person, when the consumer comes up, so why have we increased the price? They say it is injurious to health, but we cannot stop producing it as the company has already got permission to produce. Fine. Or let us say some other thing. Let us say there was an economic breakdown. The economic breakdown has actually caused because of lots of import was being done by the various houses, various manufacturing houses. So, now because we are in the age of globalization, I cannot ask the company to stop importing. What I will say, okay, we would like to promote the make in country thing, and we would not expect you to import more, as the domestic product is good. When you say domestic product is good, they will say, sir, they are getting cheap product from outside, so why should we use the domestic product? Fine. Indirectly the government will do simply increase the taxes, import taxes increase, the product gets costlier, the domestic product gets a little bit cheaper, the manufacturer will use the domestic product. Fine. The demarketing, we are trying or we are telling, I mean not directly or it is definitely indirectly, we can't ask the customer directly not use a particular product, it would be a bad thing, an unethical thing, as the product is available and we have given the particular permission to sell the particular product. So, what we can do is, we would be actually putting certain measurements, corrective measures on place, so that the particular product is automatically demotivated in terms of buying or in terms of need satisfaction for the consumer, and the product will get costly. It would be definitely putting it down into the demand part. Putting further, now comes to education, consumer education. Just simply tell me, you whenever you have gone out to buy certain thing, have you acquired entire knowledge of the particular product? Simply, let us talk about soap. You use soap daily when you are bathing, fine, simple product, so many varieties, so many brands, so many specifications available, fine, no problem. Do you know how it is made? Soap, the glycerine, the chemicals, the smell, how it is made? We do not know. Now, that is the fault. You should know what you are buying, and that is the education part. The marketer needs to understand that the particular consumer may or may not be aware about the entire specifications, or they may only be aware about one good attribute of a product, and they may not be aware of the other good attribute of the same product. So, consumer needs to be educated, they needs to be given constant cues that okay, you have been using this particular product, this product can be used for XYZ more things also, or there are more features which can be used. Like for example, if you go and buy a particular mobile phones, definitely in today's market a normal specification, a benchmark specification would be to buy a RAM of 4 GB and definitely a hard disk of 64 GB, which is a mandation. And if you could more into more details, the processor should be at least of 2 gigahertz, not less than that, because it would lag, the functioning will be lagging, fine. Now, okay, customer says okay, the market specification says the minimum RAM should be 4 GBs and the hard disk should be 64 GBs, I do not want to use any product which is having less specification than that. Just ask them, have you ever used the entire 4 GBs of RAM in your entire career, in your entire lifestyle? They will not even know how the RAM is used. So tell them, so you don't require more RAM. Your work could be done on 3 GB RAM also, and for that handset you can actually pay 4,000 less or 10,000 less or whatever the price difference is. When there is a difference, when they will understand, okay, there has been something missing which we didn't know. So definitely they will be thanking you, the reviews will be good, and definitely as you have told them good about certain product, you have saved them from unnecessary expenditure or unnecessary usage of a particular product, what will happen? Your image will be bettered. Your particular brand will be built for. The reviews will be coming into positives, the negatives will be going down. That's what we need. When we know about consumer behavior, what we can do? We can do lot of things. Just try and use the behavior knowledge into various aspects of the particular marketing desires. Moving further, now in today's scenario, we have wonderful diversification of consumers who have got access to variety of resources. When they have got variety of resources, I have found some wonderful points, and it was actually discussed by Professor John Pevy in his book of CB in Contemporary Society, and he has pointed out these 12 points, and they are very much true to in today's world. Let us discuss them in detail one by one. The first part, information superhighway. When I say information superhighway, yes, I have used the word superhighway. I have not used the word information age or information pathway. Superhighway means today if you want to know about something, you will get more than something on the internet or through various other sources. Internet means you get online. If you get offline also, you get lots of encyclopedia which are on magazines, you get lots of details through newspapers, you get lots of details through books which are very highly updated nowadays, right. So, when we talk about information highway, now current situation is you have got so much detail, it is hard to discuss whether the current detail which has been provided by whosoever is the sources, is it good or not, is it correct or not, it is verifiable or not, it is bankable or not. That is the point where the marketer has to come in. Contemporary society, lots of information available, people are confused what to do, what not to do. I am searching for A, I am getting A B, A B C, A B C D, what should I do? Marketer steps in and tells him, so you are looking for A, so these are the specifications of A, these are the attributes of A, these are the plus points of A, these are the minus points of A, which you would not find on your searches on online or offline. I am here to help you and see the difference then. Fine. Here comes the marketing part. When information is available, the validity of that information needs to be done from the marketer's part. Going to the second part, focus on health and beauty. Who doesn't want to be beautiful? Who doesn't want to be healthy? Now, healthy does not mean you start exercising 4 hours a day, you stop eating all that you were eating and you start eating say fruits only, you start taking supplementary food. No, you need to understand. You need to understand the body structure of yourself. One medicine which is suiting to some person for some particular problem may not be suitable to another person with different body types. It needs to be understood. We already just talked about the education of consumer, fine. He needs to be educated. So, in just a simple way of getting beauty or getting healthier, we are just accepting anything which is available in the market, which is wrong. Who will tell the customer? Customer is God. So, marketer has to be on this point and they have to tell the God, please look into the correct things and please do not focus on the wrong things, fine. So, when we talk about beauty and focus and health, we are providing you products. There are supplementary products, fine. There are health tonics, there are energy boosters, fine. In terms of beauty, there are lots of things available, lots of cosmetic things available. So, when you can use it, how you can use it, how much you can use it, when not to use it, when not to ask for it, there are lots of things which need to be educated to a customer, and that is the point when marketer steps in. Now, when marketer steps in, he needs to educate the customer so that wrongdoings could be avoided when we are talking about health and beauty, right. The third thing talks about the shift in the gender's role. There is no difference in male and female today. I am an educator, I am teaching, we have female educators also. We have male politicians, we have female politicians also. We have male entrepreneurs, we have female entrepreneurs also. And it is just not we have them on very successful positions also. So there is no need to panic that, oh my God, the both genders are on the same place. No problem. This is an opportunity for you. Possibly that you were creating some product which was gender specific. Now you have a possibility of making a product which is unisex to cater both the genders. Market it that way. Fine. I would take a simple example of cosmetics. Putting lipsticks and putting your eyeliners and focusing your features and enhancing them was only considered to be the product for girls or females. No, no, no. If you have to be in front of camera, sorry, I am not putting up any makeup, but referring you, Shah Rukh Khan does put up lipsticks. All the actors do put up lipsticks. They do put up lots of makeups. So what do you say? That makeup is not for men? It is. The situational analysis needs to be done. The role has to be understood. Product nowadays is not supposed to be gender biased. You talk about the laptop. What do you mean by laptop? Laptop is a device which can be used by both the genders. Fine. Female is working in the office or outside it, working from home. Men is working in the office or working from home. Both are using laptop. Laptop is a unisex particular product. Fine. So no point there. Do not count gender there. Yes, you can actually put, if there was a product which was gender specific, you can now go on and put that particular product onto the platform where you can say, sir, this is not a single gender product. Now it is actually a multi-gender product where both the genders can actually use it. Right. Going further to the next point, we have telecommuting. Telecommuting, simply put forward, we would say it is actually work from home concept. Telecommuting is, there are lots of freelancer people who have actually set up their home offices. There are lots of bloggers and there are lots of, say, columnists who actually work from home. They write, and their column and their blog are so influential that they are included by the media houses in their various say platforms, either in the newspapers or magazines or their blogs or their websites. Fine. So he is not going to office. He has been paid for the service he can give from the comfort of the home or from the comfort of the work from office part. Fine. So that is a new concept actually. Few years back, let's say 10 years back, this concept was okay, available, but not into vogue. People were considering, yeah, work from home is not comfortable. How could you work at home? You need to go to office to work. Office is a place where you work, home is a place where you relax. Now imagine if I am in India and I get an opportunity to work in America, which is almost on the other hemisphere of the globe, almost a time difference of say 12 hours. If it is day here, it will be night there. So how would I work there? I will have to fly there, and definitely dollars are into very fluctuation valuation, and certainly 70 plus is the valuation of a dollar, and I would like to not invest that much money and go to USA. Either they start paying me here itself. They are eager to appoint me, that I am skillful enough and they want my consultation, they want my services. So what can they do? They can offer me to work from home. No problem. You can work from your home. What we can do? We can provide you certain resources. Those resources could be used by you and shared by a few more people if you appoint them, and there is no problem of you coming here. You can work there, we will pay you, your services can be utilized. You can actually telecommuting. You can work from home. That is what telecommuting is referring to. Fine. Now again, marketer has to come in and tell them, sir, telecommuting is not at all a problematic thing. What do you need to do? You need to do is set up a environment in your home itself. Set up a new room, try and put laptops there, try and put desktops there, try and put resources there, have a good bandwidth. You want a laptop? Sir, I have a new laptop. You want an internet? Oh, I have this internet service. Oh, you need a projector? I have a projector for you. Oh, you need some stationeries? You need a printer? Oh, sir, we have these products. Fine. Marketers come into play here. There is an opportunity to sell particular product. When there is opportunity to sell particular product, you should cater it. Right? Moving further, we have personalized economy. There was a time when there was a queue, everyone was following the same thing. A CA comes up and say, okay, this is the best venture to invest in a particular bond or say particular shares, everyone is investing there. Irrespective of whether they can invest or not, they have the money or not, they have the backup money or not, they are all investing the same thing. Later, now the investor has got smart, the consumer is smart. What he says I have a peculiar need. I am not going with this particular person, I am going according to my need. I have say 1 lakh rupees, I want to invest this 1 lakh rupees and I want this 1 lakh rupees to convert into 5 lakh rupees, tell me a scheme. Possibly there may be not no available scheme at that point of time. but the marketer, in this case we are referring to financial sector, particularly the bond sector or share sector, or even the insurance sector can also come in this part. So, they would actually, could be possibly that they could create a new kind of scheme. A new scheme would be catering to what he could produce, the marketer, what the marketer could produce for this particular person, converting his 1 lakh rupee into 5 lakh rupees, fine. This could be only customized for him and not for anyone else, because he is the unique person who is demanding it, fine. Look at the contemporary society, you demand and you get the customized economy here. Then we have a wonderful option which is leisure. So, leisure means comfort. At home you have got a wonderful bedroom, you have a big size bed, king size bed, you have a AC put up there, you have a big screen TV in front of you, you have got high bandwidth, Wi-Fi working for you, you can play wonderful things, the facility is there, fine. Now, what can marketer do here? Simply produce a product which is extremely high end, which is getting you into the category of leisure. Definitely it will be a little restricted for the marketers, that not all marketers would come into this segment, but those who can should take advantage of this thing, that the customer would look to have certain leisure thing, right. Going further, I have some more points to discuss. Concern about the safety. Concern about the safety refer to both personal and the data safety. For personal safety, we have lots of equipment manufacturers who are actually putting up security cameras, who are putting up say motion detectors, so that you can be alerted when there is some intrusion, or you can record certain events which when you are not available at the particular instance. So, they are available, personal security is available. The latest thing coming up is the information security. I got an email which is very confidential from my boss, I cannot reveal it to anyone else. Let us say that email has been circulating to some other person by default, or let us say the server has a breakage and it was lost. So, now I have a wonderful market for what? Technology people, for the software part, for the hardware developers. Hardware doesn't also has a security. Yeah, there are pen drives, there are hard drive which can be logged with the code, fine. And definitely your emails, your messages, the most common today is WhatsApp, which has actually increased the security there, and they keep on complexing their security. Even the Facebook does the same thing, they are putting up the security more after some incidents of the data theft. So, the security is the more concern, and as security is more concerned, the people who are providing certain programs for security can come into play and produce a new product for them or new service for them, right. Then comes the point of ethics. Now, ethics I would like to discuss here about ethical hacking. Now, let us say government have catch someone who has done a fraud, and they want to check their emails or they want to check their various social media accounts, but the person is so adamant he is not giving them the passwords. So, what can they do? They can actually ask a person, say ethical hacker who is skilled hacker, who is say having lots of experience in cracking the codes, and he does it ethically, he does not do it for fun, he does not do it for illegal works, he does it for ethical things. Government asks him to come up, please do us a service, please open these encrypted documents, please open these particular login accounts. So, he can do it for that, right. Now, if we go further, there are diversity and global village and ecological consciousness and change in perception for religion. Now, all these parts are actually relating to each other. Let me refer to you in global village. I am here, I am interested in what is happening in South Africa. South Africa, there is an event which is actually catering to say Brazil, and in Brazil they are having say a kind of social event which is actually looking after the elephants. So, I am here, elephants are there, telecast somewhere else and broadcast being done to me here. So, there is a big global village which is connecting me to everyone. Now, if you are a global conglomerate, if you are an MNC, you come into play, fine. When you come into play, you have to do is that simply offer your products everywhere with lots of specifications, and consumer will love it. Now, with this I would like to put end to my session. Thank you very much.